What's going on, everybody? Public report, the second one this week. I haven't done two in 1 week in quite a while, and I apologize for that, but we go through that slow time, that August transition, August dog days, and nobody's fishing much anyways. You guys are hardly even watching. So when the numbers increase like now, we're having 12,000 views a month. We're having a lot of views. It's worthy of me running YouTube, so I'm going to give you a second report this week. And I'm kind of actually glad that I'm doing this because you need it, okay? Let's first talk about the conditions of the lake. 406.3, 406.0, we're still falling. Clarity is pretty good. The watercolors look good. The lake is in fall transition. I don't want to tell you this turning over or the effects of the turnover. Remember, the turnover happens in 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours. The turnover has happened. It's the effects of the turnover, the low oxygen, the bad water that we see. I'm not seeing any bad water right now. It looked good everywhere I was today. 82 to 83 degrees in the main lake. Believe it or not, some of the backwaters are hotter. The last 3 or 4 days have been really hot. Not summer hot, but on the brink, the end of summer hot, 90s, humidity was very high. And the backwaters have kind of gotten hot again. I was catching fish pretty good, shallow. Today was really, really tough. Had only one fish on the top water today. Missed a few of the soft plastics. Fished from 0 to 10 feet and really felt like even the bait wasn't there today. Not as much. I did see some small amounts of pin minnows and glass minnows being chased by smaller bass, which is good for tournaments and things like that, the under the slot fish. But it was really, really, really tough today. So what I recommend is this. Number one, if you are just wanting to come this weekend for fun, I would actually stay away from Lake Fork. Go crappie fishing on Fork, excellent. Catfishing, excellent. But the bass fishing on Fork is ruthless right now. Kind of in an off moon. We have a full moon. So at 6 a.m. in the morning, the moon was setting. Those are some things that fall transition, off moon. Go anywhere else is what I'm telling you if you're looking to just have fun. Lake Athens has got a lot of vegetation. There's a great bite there. Lake Welsh, a ton of vegetation. One of my friends that I know is catching 30, 40 fish a day over there. Winnsboro's okay. There's a decent bite on Winnsboro. You can go to any of the lakes around here that have vegetation, Lake Holbrook, and actually have fun and catch fish. Wacky worms, Texas rigs, flukes, topwater bite early in the morning, maybe a buzz bait bite, like Welsh frog bite early, and then go to your soft plastics on the edges of the grass. But that's if you just want to have a good time. If you are looking to pre-fish for the tournaments and things, if you are practicing this weekend for the up-and-coming Berkeley, I would make one suggestion that's very important. Go north as you can possibly go. Okay, if you're on the east side, you want to go all the way up in Oil Well Bay. Look at your map and find Crane Lake. Go all the way up into Crane Lake. Go all the way up in Running Creek. Go all the way up in Coffee Creek. There's vegetation there. And I believe you'll see better results there, especially for smaller unders for better fishing. 90% of my guide trips, they want the good slots. They want 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pounders, double digits. Those fish don't do any good in the tournaments. Obviously, an over will. But the overs have been few and far between this entire year. The Megabass hardly had any overs. Legend hardly had any overs. I think the Skeeter had 15 overs, and Bob Seeley's big event, Big Bass Splash, only had 10 overs. So I wouldn't even target overs. But if you're looking for unders, Birch Creek, go as far up Birch Creek as you can go, and you'll go until you find the vegetation. I saw a guy the other day in a bass boat above the 19 bridge on the west side, above the 19. That's way, way up there. It's skinny water, but it's green, good vegetation, and that filters the water. That actually cools the water. That actually shades and canopies the water. It actually cools quickly at night. So I would be looking for green vegetation. That's my highest recommendation, and or the right set of docks, okay? And I don't necessarily mean night lighted docks. Definitely night lights are huge. If you can get there and fish an hour before daybreak, the last hour of night, on the night light, and the first hour of daybreak can be magic in the right place. So that's another thing that just to help you out if you're coming to practice for Berkeley this weekend. And then again, a little more hit to help you publicly think smaller baits. Everything right now that I am catching is downsized. Although this morning I was throwing a big walker, a Berkeley J Walker 120, and about a 2-pound bass smoked it right at the boat. But generally I like to downsize, so it'd be finesse jigs, smaller worms. Just realize the bass are in transition from summer to fall patterns. Everything's kind of moving in, and when we heat back up, they kind of stall and pull back a little. A lot of suspension right now. I saw a lot of suspension, and like I said, I tell the truth. So today was really tough fishing. Everybody I talked to, 3 or 4 guides that I work with on the water, 2 of them were out today along with me. Didn't catch much. And of course, that's fishing. Sometimes it's just the day. I do contribute it to the moon. When I was launching my boat, the moon was setting. Actually, when I was driving to work in the night, the moon was setting. So remember, the full moon is huge, but your majors each day are when the moon is overhead or underfoot. And when the moon is setting and going out of your horizon as you're launching, don't expect to go catch a bunch of fish. So I presume the afternoon bite could be better. There should have been a bite between 11 and 12 o'clock today, and there wasn't. That's when the moon would have been underfoot. There wasn't. So that's kind of my rundown for you guys. I do have a little bit more information that I'm going to share with the members only channel, which I'm going to film right after I finish with you guys here. It's not a whole lot, but it does make a difference knowing some specifics, specific areas, names, creeks, which I give you guys from time to time. I just did. I gave you guys Coffee Creek, Running Creek, Oil Well Bay. You go all the way up there and just do some fishing. You're liable to run into some good fish under and some fun slots. Okay, but anyways, I'm going to tell the members a few things, a few tips and tricks. A couple in particular right now that aside from today's stuff fishing should absolutely be the magic, and they will be the magic in the next 2 weeks here when Berkeley comes. So if you're interested in what those reports are and those baits are and where I'm fishing, how I'm going to be doing those, here's your invite. Come on over to be a member. It's real simple. Look in the description below this video and click on the link, members channel, members only channel. You spend more money on fishing, on one spool of fishing line that you put on your reel. Cost you more than a month subscription. So subscribe for 1 month and then unsubscribe. Get the information. That's all. So that's it, guys. That's where we're at. Appreciate you. Thanks for your following. Thanks for the subscription. Tell your friends about the channel. And then I will be back next week too. I'll give you guys a couple more reports right before the Berkeley. I'll be fishing with the Berkeley too the week of. So we'll have some decent information over the next couple weeks just to keep you informed about the world famous Lake Fork. Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guy.